Hey everybody, Theresa here of Larkindesign. Welcome to a Photoshop tutorial, and today is a really exciting tutorial for you. I am so thrilled about this newest release, and so what I am releasing today in the Larkindesign shop is a collection of print-to-pocket Photoshop actions. And what these allow you to do is they allow you to design a full 2-page pocket page spread, and then the action will copy the images into 4x6 canvases for you, save those images, and then you can send the 4x6s off to be printed from your favorite printer source, or you can print them at home from your own printer as well. And so I'm going to demonstrate to you how these actions work and walk you through how to use these actions. And it is my hope that these actions are going to actually really streamline your process for printing, which can be one of the biggest challenges of Pocket Pages. And I've seen a lot of people ask for actions like this, actions that will break up your 12 by 12 pages and allow you to print them in 4x6 format. So if you feel overwhelmed because you don't have a wide format printer, or if printing through Photoshop is something that's really challenging for you, this is the action for you that you're going to want. So I have opened up, when you get the action, when you download it from your purchase, you get a template and you get the action file itself. And so this is what the first template looks like. There will be more coming. I want to do as many layout options as I can, but this is the 12 by 24 template, and the action that I have designed only works with this template. It is designed specifically for this particular template from Larkindesign. You cannot use it with templates from other designers. This is exclusive to this template. It's just the way that the action works. And so when you start your layout, of course, open up your template itself, right? And then you're going to load the action. And so to do that, you go into your taskbar and you'll see the actions tab. If that's not showing there, you can go to Window and Actions, check the Actions menu here, or Alt F9 on a PC. So when you open up your Actions menu, you probably have some already loaded in there. There are some default actions that come with Photoshop. I don't use any of those. I've made my own. I have some that I use for design teams and things like that. I am a big fan of actions. I love them. They help you do the same thing over and over and over again. So there's a hamburger menu here. This is what my husband likes to call them, a hamburger menu, and it gives you some options here. And you're going to just click on Load Actions, and then you will go into your folder wherever you have your download, and you're going to click on the action. It's an ATN file, and you'll click Load. I already have it loaded, so I'm not actually going to do that today, but you'll click Load, and when you do that, then the action will appear in your in this action menu here. And so now that we have that loaded, we're going to just slide that back so that we have the full screen here. And one of my favorite things about this template is that it allows you to see the full 12 by 24 layout all together, all at once. So I'm going to go, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my photos into the layout. And so a good guideline is to say, I want about 6 4x6 photos and maybe 2 or 3 3x4 photos. I might have some square, like Instagram 4x4 photos to add on there. That's okay. If you do, you can layer them on top of a journaling card or use a template, a 4x6 template. But for today, let's just go in and see what photos I have. So I think what I'll do for today is I will go into 2018, and I am working at the end of August, beginning of September for last year. I've done up to about Natalie's birthday for this particular month. And so for 2018, the last couple of months of 2018, I've sort of moved to a bi-weekly system here. So I've got some great options for photographs. I've kind of been excited about doing this layout. In fact, because it's back to school, there's still some of Natalie's birthday pictures and Addison's birthday pictures to do. So let me just start selecting photos here. We're going to start right here, and I'm just going to, I've done those already. Here we go. Starting with her birthday. I don't know if I really want to do that one. This is a good one, but let's see. Let's see. I think I'll do that one. I just need 1 or 2 from her birthday. That's an awesome one from the car. Oh, let's see. My control button seems to not want to work here. Yes. There we go. Now it's doing what I need it to do. Okay. I also had Alan's birthday that month. So some pictures from his birthday. And this girl. And I'm just going through one at a time. I think I'll do vertical photos of the kids for back to school. Let's see. I think I like that one. I like to include, these days I've been intentionally including a photo of myself in these layouts, and I really like that. That way I know that I'm included in these albums. Maybe I'll just do one photo of them all for back to school, and then do their individual back to school layouts for their albums later. Okay, I have quite a few. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I may not use that one. 10, 11, 12, 13 photos. That's actually enough for 2 layouts. So I think I will probably split this, have this as just 1 week. Okay. So once I have all my photos opened, I can do light edits on them. Some of the actions come with a brighten, sharpen, resize, BSR action. And I'll just show you what that action includes. The basic edits that I do for every photo are a brighten, which is what I'm doing right now, and so you use the curves tool for that. Then you flatten your image, and I run an unsharp mask. This is just a light sharpening, and then I crop the photo to 4:6 or 1800 pixels by 12 pixels. And I want to go in just a little bit closer on her so that this, just to get out some of the extra stuff that's in the photos. There we go. And this basically makes this image easier to bring into the template. So once I have it brightened, sharpened, and resized, I hit Control A and Control C, and then select a layer that you want to put it on. So go into your layers menu, and you'll see that the template has all the groups outlined here. Every one of these 4:6 blocks is a group. So when you're in the Move tool and you click on one of them, it will go to that group. And so you can Control V and paste your photo into the template. It defaults it into the center, and I'm just using the up arrow so that I can grab it and then place it where I want it on that block. And it's already, you can see it's already clipped to that group, and that photo is ready to go in the layout. So I'm just going to close that and then go to the next one. And look at all these crazy yahoos. This would be us getting ready to go to the pool. And so again, I'm going to just brighten, flatten my image, sharpen my image, and then crop it. For this one, I want to take out some of the roof line from the car. There we go. And then Control A, Control C, go into the Move tool, click on the layer that you want to place the photo on, and Control V, and then use your down, up arrows, side arrows to bring it to where you can see it, and then you can place it in your block that you want it in. And so you're just going to do this over and over and over again until you have your photos placed. And I'm pretty random about where I put my photos in my layouts. You may be more of the kind of person that likes to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's okay too. I really just like the random feel of placing the photos wherever they happen to land. And so you can see again that it has pasted the photo into the appropriate group, and it's already clipped there and ready for you to go. So let me close that one out, and that way I know that that's done and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, if you want to add borders to your photos, that's something that I do on a regular basis. Each of these templates comes with a non-border version and a border version. But you may want to put borders on different slots than what I have accounted for in the border version of this template. So let me share with you how you can add a border. There's several ways that you can do this, But my favorite way, and what I think is the easiest way, is obviously right now I'm still in the move tool, but you can see that I went to the clipping mask, the actual rectangle that this photo is placed on, if I want to put a border around this photo. So when you click on that, then go to your rectangle tool, and you'll see that it pops up all of the information about this particular rectangle that we're in right now. And so, and of course, this is just one way that you can do it, but for me, it's the easiest way. Click on, you can see that it has a fill for this green color, and click on the stroke box and select your weight. Always select this one. One of these may or may not be exactly white, but this is the whitest white in Photoshop. So always click on that one, and then we want to make it about 50 pixels, and type that in with your keyboard and hit enter, and then you'll see that the white border has appeared. You can also do this after the action has ran and all the photos are ready to go. You can add that later, but I like to add it in the layout itself so that I can see it and I know that they have that all added. I'm going to do the same thing for this photo. So again, click on that photo that you want, and then go to the rectangle itself. Go to your rectangle tool, and you'll see up here the fill that tells you that you're in the right box. Hit your stroke tool, select white to give it a stroke, and then 50 pixels wide, and press enter. You may want to experiment. You might want a wider border, a thicker border. You might want a narrower border. That's something that is really up to personal taste. The width that I use personally for this scale is 50 pixels. So if you like how my borders look, then you know how I create those. So moving along, I'm going to move some more photos into the template here, and so lots of back to school shopping, and this is pretty much what life looks like most days. Somebody needing clothes, shoes, whatever, and the rest patiently waiting and playing video games. So I'm gonna Control A, Control C on my keyboard, go back into the move tool, and Control V to bring that into the template. I'm using my down arrow, and then once I have it where I can see it, I just drag it down. And then go to my layers and click on the rectangle that I'm in. Click on the rectangle tool, select a white stroke and 50 pixels, and press enter. Then close out that image. No, I don't need to save the changes. Here's a photo of my studio from that week. I think that was the week I had just gotten that new printer cart, which is amazing. And so I'm going to just run all of my edits here. Okay, Control A, Control C, Control V, use the up arrow to place it. And then go into the actual rectangle, go to my rectangle tool, add the stroke, 50 pixels, press enter, and then close that image. And you can see how fairly quickly this starts to go, this moves fairly quickly. I pretty much can place my photos and journal cards in about 20 minutes doing this, which I think is really awesome. And I really like doing it this way. It helps me to simplify it, not overthink it. And honestly, if you're going to, I'm going to just brighten his face a little bit. If you're going to print your photos anyway, it doesn't really matter what pockets they're in at this stage. You don't have, because you can move them around after you've printed them if it turns out that you're not happy with a photo in one place or another. You still have the flexibility to move them around after they're printed. This just helps to make sure that you have the photos that you want included. No, I don't need that. Okay, and another photo. And just running my edits real quick. And I'm using the up and down arrow to adjust these images where they're cropped. Then copy paste, go back to the move tool and copy paste that into the layout. And this is looking really good. This actually makes me really happy. I do want to find there's space here for a couple of 3x4s, so I'm going to look for a couple of 3x4s for this layout as well. Okay, go to my rectangle tool, add the stroke, press enter, hide up. My computer is chugging for me. Okay, for some reason it's not wanting to do what I'm asking it to do. Okay, 50 pixels and press enter. Now it doesn't want to fill. And it wants to do a black stroke. No, we want a white stroke. Okay, it is just completely not listening to me. I don't know what this thing is. There we go. Okay, stroke 50 pixels, enter. There we go. Okay, I think that Windows is having some hiccups here. All right, so all the photos are placed, and then let me find some of the, so this is one of the student schedules, and again I'm going to brighten that. And sharpen. And then this one I'm going to crop it to 3x4. Whoops, no, not that way. Okay, and then Control A, Control C, go in the move tool, and bring it in here. And some people don't do borders on the 3x4 photos. I've been liking having borders on these photos, just because I feel like it draws an emphasis to the photos themselves. So I'm going to add a border to this one. Once it's over here. Okay, let me go to layers and see where we're at. Click on the rectangle and the rectangle tool. Select a white. Okay, and then I wanted to see if there's a 3x4 from her birthday that I might like to add. There, her cookie cake. That's a good one. And that one. I can do a vertical from that one. That's awesome. Okay, so let me just edit this real quick. And crop it. Alright, Control A, Control C, and then go into the layer that I want. Click on the rectangle that you want to add the border to, add a white stroke, 50 pixels, and then go back to this one, brighten it up a little bit. And crop it to where we want it. What I love about this image is that it's the aftermath. Okay, copy, paste, move it over to where we want it. And so at this point, what you can do is, if you're going to use physical product for your layout, you can run the action at this point and just print your photos. Let me add this border real quick. You can run the action at this point and then print your photos and go use your physical product just as you would any other layout. If you're going to do a hybrid layout and you want to use digital products, at this point you can add those digital products. And so let me do that. I'm just going to close all of this out so that I don't get confused. Way too many tabs open. Too many tabs. So let me go in and I'm going to pull up a digital kit from Memory Pockets Monthly. So let me see what's a good one. This is still from August. I haven't used Anecdote yet, So let me select. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5 3x4s. So I'm just going to go through here and I'm going to pick my favorites. I'm looking for a couple of colorful ones, a couple of journaling ones that will allow me to add journaling, and maybe probably a couple of black and white cards. I really kind of like the journaling card, the date card here. That's kind of nice. I like this for the colors. A card like this gives you options to pull colors from, and you could totally use that in a vertical orientation. And in fact, I think I might do that. And there's her vertical one that she created. This is a good one from Celine Studio, always. That navy one might be fun to use. I really like the colors and the organic elements in that one. Ew, I like that one too. There's some good ones. Some really good cards in this kit. Oh, I love them all. I forgot, I lost track of how many I had chosen at this point. That's okay. Pick more than you want or more than you might need. Let's see how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. And I'm just gonna, again, copy and paste these into the layout. And again, you don't have to worry about exact placement at this point in time. You don't have to worry about whether it's perfect or not. You don't have to worry about where it is in the layout itself. You can always move it around once you print it. For now, just place it on the layout so that you know that you can print it out easily, and you know that your layout is complete, and you only have to print what you need. I love how hybrid memory keeping, doing it this way, means that you only print what you need, and you can look at it at a glance, the whole layout right here, and see if your colors are balanced, if you've pulled colors that you want from the kit. All right. And I don't have to worry about a border on this one. What I do want to do is I want to zoom in here, and I want to make sure that I've lined this up. So go into your move tool, and I'm just using the nudge tool and the arrows, the up and down arrows, to get it centered on that block. Okay, this one I'm going to rotate before I bring it in. Okay. And sometimes what you will find is that you actually need to stretch these a little bit. So hold your shift key and stretch it just a little bit so that you know it'll print entirely in that space. Close that one. No. And the reason why you have to stretch these sometimes just a little bit is because every designer does the size of their journal card a little bit different. Some may do a full 3-inch width, and some might do a 2.95 or 2.97 inch wide card. And so you can afford to stretch it just a little tiny bit. That'll be fine. I have these blocks sized to fit into the Becky Higgins page protectors, so they are a little bit narrower than 3 inches. So that's why you'll see the background here, just a little gap for the background. And when you print those, you'll find that they're a little bit narrower than 3 inches. And usually after you work with different brands, you get familiar with what it is that each brand does and how they fit in the pockets. So that's looking really good for the 3x4s. I really like how that looks. And then I'm going to pick 2 4x6s. Oh yes, that polka dot is adorable. So let's do that one, and let's do that one. I'm going to put the polka dot one here. And this serves as the repetitive element, and then this is the basis for all the colors in the layout. So when I go, after I print this out, and when I go to select embellishments, I'm gonna just select embellishments that fit this color palette. I probably look for yellow embellishments, maybe some navy, and maybe pink. It probably depends on whatever mood I'm in. But that way you have some nice options, right? This gives you some nice options for colors. And that's something that I'm always looking for, is kits and collections that have awesome color options. Oh, we got that one already. And let's zoom in here to make this a little bit easier. Hello. Hello, where are you? Let's see. It came in. There it is. I'm gonna delete that and recopy that. There we go. And again, let me stretch this just a little bit. Make sure that it's centered. Okay. And then now the layout is done. So at this point, when your layout is done, oh, that is so bright and happy. Close everything out except for the template itself. You're going to want to save your template. Let's see here. This is week. I'm going to go into 2018, and this is week, I guess it's week 33. So I'm going to add a new folder here. 33. And I'm just going to save the PSD here. Keep a backup in case you need to come back in, or you want to make changes, or you decide to do something different. Save your original PSD. And at this point, we're ready to run these magic actions. So go into your action, and this is going to run one side at a time, one side of the layout at a time. The left side is going to run the left side of the template, and the right side is going to run the right side of the template. And so click on the left side first, and again, make sure that this is the only file that is open in Photoshop right now. And so I'm going to click the play button, and it's going to go through and create a canvas for each of the 4x6 photos, and it's going to place your journal cards on the canvas. It's going to place your photo. It's going to place your border on the photo. It's going to put the 3x4s to a canvas. So you will have 2 photos from this side, 2 4x6 photos from this side that have the 3x4 images on them. And once it does all that, you can see that it has generated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4x6 images from the left-hand side of the layout. At this point, it prompts you to save your images. And I encourage you to save these images. You can always delete them later, or delete them at the end of the year if you don't want to hang on to them once they're printed. That's fine, because you will have duplicates now of the journal cards. But save them so that you know that they belong with this layout, and this becomes an easy reference tool for you when you go to place the images in your pockets, especially if you're going to order your prints out from a source. So if I want to save my images at this point, I'm going to press continue, and it's going to ask you where you want to save them, what folder you want to save them in. It's also going to prompt you to give them a name, or change the name, or add to the name if you wish to do that. You can also press stop at this point, and it will stop the action. You can make changes to the images if you want to, and then you can continue the action if you want to. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to press continue so that you can see what happens. And so it pops up the box for you. I have it going into Project Life 2018 week 33. And so you can see that it has generated a name. I have it so that it generates a name based on where it is in the template. And if you send images to Persnickety Prints to be printed, they will print this on the back of they'll print the file name on the back of your image. If you do that, I recommend adding the week number here before left side 01 copy, so that you know what week it goes in. If you need to add the year, if you're ordering multiple years at a time, so do that, and you can just click save here. It's gonna save it as a JPEG, so it's gonna flatten your image here at this point, and you can click save and hit OK, and it's gonna go through each of these one by one. And at the end of this, you'll have all your images saved in here. This is awesome. And you can do a quick visual check at this point too, to see. I noticed on one of the 3x4s, on this one, it's still not quite centered in the in that rectangle. So let's make that adjustment. And again, we're just stretching it just a little bit so that it covers that space. And then you can click Save As. And remember to change it as a JPEG, and you'll see it there. And save it again. Yes, I want to replace it. And then click OK. And so that's why I recommend checking your saved versions of these images, just to make sure that you've got everything covered as well. And then now that I have all those saved, I'm going to close these all out. And this time I don't need to save changes. They all look really good. And after we close these all out, then we're going to run the right side action, and we're going to do the same thing on the right side of the layout. So click on the right side action and press play, and then watch it go. Yay, yay, yay. This always makes me so happy. I love this. And all of these instructions are included with the instructions that you received when you downloaded your action. So you can reference those in writing if that helps you. But I also know just watching someone do it is incredibly helpful as well. Okay, and they're all done, and there were a couple of adjustments that needed to be made. Another thing that you can do at this stage too is if you want to bring in your photo and have more of the photo showing, wait, not that way. Go into the layers tool, click on the photo itself, and you can drag those corners in so that more of your photo shows in between those borders. If you want to make that adjustment. I tend to not, just because I want to do as few steps as possible at this stage, but I wanted to show you that you can do that if you click on the layer itself. And then don't forget to go back in and save the JPEG. It's already saved. This is right side 01, and save the changes that you made. But you don't have to do that. You can leave it just as it is, especially if you're in a hurry or you're needing to get it done. I did want to make just one more quick edit on this image. Alan's face is still a little bit dark in this photo, so I'm gonna just brighten that just a little bit. There we go. So he looks a little easier to see his cute face. And again, save the changes. Save, yes. Yes. Okay, and that one looks good. That one looks good. This one needs just a few little adjustments. So just click on the journal card itself, and I'm using the nudge tool just to make sure that it goes all the way to the edge. And sometimes it just does that. It's not anything to be concerned about. Don't stress over it. That one still just does not want to. Here we go. Move the block itself, and then there we go. Okay. So did you see that it had left a little of the white background because this block itself had imported just slightly lower than the canvas. So if that happens, then move your block itself, and then now that looks right. Okay, and I'm going to save this. Save the JPEG. Ta-da. Yes. And one thing I can tell already is that I will separate these two cards when I actually place the images in my pockets. I'll separate those two because there's a lot of colors centered on one spot. I'll leave this one in that pocket, but I'll probably move this one over here or something like that. So at this point, you can close everything out. Everything is saved. Everything is ready to print. And you can send those out to your favorite source, or you can print them at home. And that is how our layout gets created and how we have generated this layout. Now, I've done this in about 53 minutes. Once you do it and you're not giving instructions to other people, it will go a lot faster. It will go probably in 20 to 30 minutes. And the layout's done and it's ready to be sent off to the printer. So I hope that this has inspired you. I hope that this action will help you get more layouts done. I hope that it will help make the design process for creating pocket pages, I hope it will help make that a lot easier for you. Thanks so much for watching. You can find this action on my website at larkindesignTM.com, and the links will be below. And there are also other actions and other templates that go along with this, and so be sure to check those out as well. I will have links for those below, and more will be coming in the future as well. And I also, if you have requests, if you have 4x6 pocket page requests, let me know and I'll be happy to generate those actions for you as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.